Hey everyone, Shun or Shunko here. Today I will be giving you the top 10 anime for spring 2016. Now this list is based off the votes and opinions of Japanese fans. So perhaps this will give you a perspective of where the industry is going and give a comparison of what kind of anime is more relevant in Japan compared to Western audiences. So let's get started. And number 10 is Flying Witch. It is a slice of life anime series set in a world where witches and magic exist. This series is very lighthearted and just comfy to watch. Not much happens in the show, but it just makes you so relaxed when watching it. If you like slice of life, this is definitely a must watch. Number 9. Tanaka-kun wa itsumo kaderuge. Translated as Tanaka-kun is always listless. What the hell does listless mean? Anyways, it's another slice of life series set in high school. Typical stuff so far. Seems like there's a pattern where the slice of life is on the lower end of the spectrum as far as rankings go. For this series specifically, it is definitely a unique series that focuses on relaxing and being calm. Kinda like Flying Witch in that aspect, but more extreme in this series as it tries to make the mood of being calm the centerpiece of this series. Might not be everybody's cup of tea, but will be very enjoyable if it is. Number 8. High Foodie or High School Fleet is about a group of girls who pursue their dream of becoming blue mermaids or pretty much coast guards. You'll see these group of girls pilot ships and work together to protect the seas. Seems somewhat reminiscent of Kankore. I'm sure many people outside Japan don't even know about this series due to being buried behind the more hyped anime series. Number 7. Jojo no Kimio na Boken, Diamond do wa Kudakanai, translated as JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable. The 4th story arc to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Not really surprised this is on here for all the JoJo fans, but perhaps this is too far down the list just for being a JoJo anime series. I'll leave it for you to decide. You definitely should be up to speed with previous series as this season doesn't exactly hold you by the hand when it comes to new audiences. Number 6. Kuma Miko, Girl Meets Bear. Another very underrated series that many people may or may not know, but definitely recognizable by the Japanese audiences. It is a very cute and funny series about the relationship between a bear and a young shrine maiden who grew up with the bear Natsu. First impressions may be questionable as it starts off with a tour guide telling a group of 9-year-old kids an uncensored story which may or may not be possible stuff relating to sex, bestiality, and pedophilia. Yeah, etc. Other than that slight flaw, if you like slice of life and cute things, you will probably enjoy this, more or less.
Sexual harassment! Don't touch me!
Number 5. Netoge no yome wa onanoko janai to omota, translated as And You Thought There Was Never a Girl Online, is a comedy romance series with a bit of ecchi about a naive protagonist who proposes to a girl online game only to find out it is actually an old dude. Now scarred with PTSD of getting into a romantic relationship with a guy pretending to be a girl online, he decides to never trust a girl online ever again. That is, until that very type of girl proposes to him 2 years later. Another very underrated series by the gaijin audience, but hey, that's just how it goes. Series itself is not really unique compared to other series in the similar settings, like Re:Zero, but it can still be pretty enjoyable if you don't care much about a serious story.
Team Deathmatch!
Deathmatch!
Number 4. Bungo Stray Dogs. At this point, this is when things get serious. No more messing around, this is where the adults step in and playtime is over. Am I right? I'm right. Of course I'm right. This series is a mix of mystery and comedy which may or may not work well depending on the person watching, but in this case it just doesn't seem to work. The show has too much comedy at certain parts to the point it becomes unbearable and clashes with the dramatic scenes. The levels between the seriousness and comedy just doesn't balance. It's also somewhat repetitive at times with the comedy. One example is Dazai, whose main joke is how he always talks about wanting to kill himself and the ways he'll do it. It gets old fast even though that's kinda dark in a way. Although the comedy is poorly portrayed, the story is still not bad. Characters are decent, and animation is above average, which makes up for the disappointment in the comedy aspect. Number 3. Sakamoto desu ka? Translated as, Haven't you heard? I'm Sakamoto. Is about the coolest of the cool. Think of the most popular and attractive male student in a high school and make him perfect in every way. The result? Sakamoto. If you look up cool in the Japanese dictionary, he'll probably be the synonym or probably the kanji itself. Unlike the previous series mentioned, this show is completely opposite of that, with none of the seriousness but 1000% of the comedy. Sakamoto is comedy incarnate. What can I say? This show is just that fabulous. Number 2. Re:Zero kara hajimeru isekai seikatsu, or Re:Zero starring life in another world. As I mentioned in my first impression, in fact it still can be, but of course opinions are opinions. There is no denying this is one of the best series for this season. A series that at first seemed to have a faint essence of comedy was in actuality a psychological and thriller. Has elements such as time traveling, death, pain, and struggle. I mean, what more can you want from an anime series? Maybe you watch this show for Emilia, or maybe Subaru. I know I do. But not as the main reason, of course. As the story progresses, I'm confident that the ratings can only go up as it gets darker and more disturbing. Absolutely a must watch for sure, my friends. And finally at number 1, Kotetsu Jono Carbonaria, translated as Shingeki no Habanero. Fuck! Carbonaria of the Iron Fortress. From its initial broadcast, it seemed like it would be an Attack on Titan clone, except with additional themes of steampunk and zombies. And made by the same studio of Attack on Titan, Wit Studio, you wouldn't expect anything less of this series. However, this series can be praised as a great series in itself as it provides a different atmosphere and thrill by comparison. Plot was not really groundbreaking as it sets in a post-apocalyptic zombie setting, but it does take place on a train, a lot of the times. Zombies and trains, who would have thought? Music is amazing as it is done by Igorst and Eme, and if you don't know them, you need to leave this video right now. Animation is by far the best this season. The action is really what makes this series shine from the rest. I mean, it is pretty much 80% of the action this season. And seeing as we have more slice of life than usual, it is definitely a refresher for those who are bloodthirsty to see some gore being splattered into their eyes. Zombies, supernatural powers, blood, guts, and weapons made from the finest of iron. Seriously, it can't get better than this. This concludes the top 10 anime series for spring 2016 as voted by Japanese anime fans. What is your favorite series from this season so far and how would you rank them? Leave a comment on what you think, I'm dying to know. Also, I've noticed some of you find my commentary fast, maybe too fast. All I can say is, just keep up. But seriously though, yeah, I'll try to slow down. I just tend to be a fast talker in general, I guess. I apologize for that. So my other videos you might want to check out. My review of Bokudakegai Naimachi or Erased I did recently. And my extremely thorough upcoming spring 2016 video, where I pretty much mention every anime for this season. Thanks for watching this video, and as always you can subscribe, like this video, dislike if you don't like it. And yeah, I'll see you next time.